Ever wonder what truly disarms a woman, no matter how confident or beautiful she seems? These aren't flaws, they're hidden vulnerabilities that give high-value men like you the edge. In this video, we reveal the 10 female weaknesses you must understand to master relationships with strength and respect. Stay tuned, because this knowledge will change how you navigate attraction forever. As a high-value man, your power lies in understanding human nature, especially the emotional and psychological dynamics of women. This isn't about manipulation. It's about strategic awareness to build stronger, more respectful connections. Let's dive into the 10 weaknesses every man needs to know, rooted in Stoic wisdom and practical insight. Hit that like button if you're ready to level up. Number 1. Emotional sensitivity. Women often experience emotions with greater intensity than men, and this is a result of both biological wiring and social conditioning. Hormonal cycles play a significant role, amplifying feelings and making emotional responses more vivid. Beyond biology, from an early age, many women are encouraged to be more expressive and attuned to their feelings, while men are often taught to toughen up and suppress emotional display. This combination means women tend to live closer to the surface of their emotions, which brings richness and depth, but can also create feelings of overwhelm or being misunderstood. As a high-value man, your true strength isn't found in trying to fix or immediately solve these emotions, because that often misses the point. Instead, your power is in active listening and creating a safe emotional space. When she opens up, what she really needs is your calm presence, not quick advice or solutions. For instance, if she's upset about a difficult day at work or a personal challenge, saying something as simple as, "I hear you," shows empathy and validation without judgment. Let her fully express herself without interruption or attempts to minimize her feelings. This kind of steady, composed response is where the wisdom of Stoicism comes into play, not as cold detachment, but as calm composure. By staying grounded and unshaken while she processes her emotions, you become a reliable anchor in her emotional storm. You're signaling safety and trustworthiness, which encourages her to be vulnerable without fear of criticism. Over time, this builds a deep and resilient bond, because she knows she can count on you to be her unwavering support, no matter how turbulent her feelings may get. Number 2. Fear of rejection. Many women carry with them the scars of past rejections or the heavy weight of societal expectations, which can foster a deep-seated fear of being turned away or not measuring up. This fear doesn't always show itself overtly. It often hides beneath layers of hesitation, second-guessing, and cautiousness in relationships. When she hesitates to fully open up or overthinks your words and actions, it's a reflection of this underlying anxiety. Understanding this is crucial if you want to build a meaningful connection. As a high-value man, your role is not to erase her fears with empty platitudes or overprotective reassurance, but to offer genuine, steady reassurance through your actions and words without crossing into coddling or enabling insecurity. Instead of trying to push her past these feelings too fast, create a space where she feels safe enough to be her authentic self. Celebrate what makes her unique, her quirks, passions, strengths, and make it clear that she doesn't have to change or perform to win your approval. Confidence is your most powerful tool here. When she voices doubts or second-guesses herself, stay unshaken. This isn't about ignoring her feelings, but about grounding her by showing unwavering belief in her worth. For example, a sincere and simple statement like, "You're enough as you are," carries immense weight. It's not a cliché. It's a direct message that lowers her defenses and invites her to relax into the relationship. When she feels this type of acceptance, her walls come down naturally, and authentic connection grows. By consistently demonstrating that you're not intimidated by her fears, instead, you embrace them with calm assurance, you foster trust and invite her to explore vulnerability. In the process, you become more than a partner. You become a refuge where she feels seen, valued, and secure. This dynamic is the foundation upon which deep, lasting relationships are built. Number 3, pressure to conform. In today's world, women face relentless pressure to meet often impossible standards, whether it's maintaining flawless appearances, excelling in demanding careers, or fitting into certain social molds. These expectations come not only from society at large, but also from social media, cultural norms, and even well-meaning peers. The constant bombardment of shoulds creates a breeding ground for self-doubt and feelings of inadequacy, leaving many women questioning if they're truly enough just as they are. As a high-value man, the first step to supporting her through this is to recognize and understand this dynamic. Rather than getting swept up in external validations or surface impressions, focus on what makes her truly unique: her passions, her character, her values. Compliments that go beyond looks signal that you see and appreciate her deeper qualities. For example, instead of automatically praising her appearance, say something like, "I admire your drive," or "You have such an inspiring way of handling challenges." These affirmations acknowledge her essence and the unique path she's carving out, sending a much stronger message than superficial praise. This is where Stoicism shines in relationships, not as indifference, but as a clear-eyed appreciation for what lies beneath societal pressures. A Stoic man values substance over style, meaning over image. By expressing your respect for her inner qualities and ambitions, you help her build confidence that comes from being accepted for who she really is. This approach sets you apart from the crowd because it says, "I'm with you, not who you're told to be." Over time, this encourages her to drop the masks of conformity and embrace her authentic self. In essence, when you affirm her individuality and resist society's shallow standards alongside her, you become a rare source of real strength and acceptance. Your presence becomes a safe space where she can grow into her fullest potential, not by fitting into a mold, but by breaking it. Number 4, struggles with self-image. In a world saturated with carefully curated images and unrealistic beauty ideals, even the most confident women can find their self-esteem quietly chipped away. Media-driven standards create a narrow definition of beauty that often feels impossible to meet, causing women to doubt their worth beneath the surface, even if they appear poised and self-assured outwardly. This disconnect between internal feelings and external presentation can be a heavy burden, one that is frequently invisible but deeply real. As a high-value man, your role isn't to drown her in constant praise or empty compliments, which can sometimes feel superficial or patronizing. Instead, your task is to demonstrate, through consistent and genuine actions, that you value her far beyond skin deep. When you show real respect for her ideas, listen attentively when she shares her thoughts, and treat her as an equal, you communicate that her worth transcends appearances or societal judgments. This steadiness in your behavior reassures her in ways words alone often cannot. Your grounded confidence acts as a mirror reflecting her intrinsic value back to her. When you remain composed and unshaken, not fawning or overly eager, you create a space where she can relax into her true self without fear of judgment or pressure to prove anything. This emotional security signals that you see her entire being, the complexities, strengths, and vulnerabilities alike, and that she is enough simply by being who she is. In essence, your unfaltering confidence and consistent respect become a powerful counterbalance to the noisy messages of media and culture. They remind her, quietly but clearly, that her value isn't dictated by external standards, but by the authentic connection you share. Over time, this support helps rebuild and reinforce her self-image from the inside out, fostering a deeper sense of security and self-assurance. Number 5, fear of losing independence. Many women enter relationships with a deep-seated fear that their autonomy and independence might be compromised. This fear is understandable history, and even some personal experiences can suggest that being in a partnership means sacrificing freedom, dreams, or personal space. For a woman who values her individuality and ambitions, the prospect of losing control over her life or being constrained by expectations is daunting. Recognizing and respecting this fear is essential if you want to build a strong, healthy bond. As a high-value man, it's your responsibility to honor her independence rather than threaten it. This means giving her the space to pursue her goals and live her life on her terms without trying to control or direct her path. Encouragement is powerful here. Show genuine interest in her ambitions, celebrate her successes, and be a source of support rather than an obstacle. For example, you might say, "I respect your drive and vision. Let's grow together," which communicates partnership without ownership. This simple phrase encapsulates respect for her individuality while affirming your role as an equal partner in mutual growth. Adopting a Stoic mindset in this context means embracing mutual flourishing rather than dependence or control. It's about recognizing that two independent people can come together in a way that strengthens both, not diminishes either. When you prioritize her freedom and ambitions, you create a relationship where trust flourishes naturally because she knows she won't be boxed in or limited. In essence, showing respect for her independence is one of the most powerful ways to deepen your connection. It signals that you see her as a whole person with her own dreams and that you're there to walk alongside her, not hold her back. This foundation of freedom builds not only trust, but also a resilient partnership capable of weathering challenges and growing stronger over time. Number 6, attraction to emotional stability. One of the most magnetic qualities a man can possess is emotional stability, the ability to remain calm, steady, and composed even when life throws curveballs. Women naturally gravitate toward men who exude this kind of stoic strength because it signals safety, reliability, and a sense of security. In times of chaos or stress, it's not just your words but your demeanor that matters most. When everything around you feels turbulent, how you respond emotionally becomes a powerful beacon of reassurance. Reacting emotionally to every challenge can escalate tension and create uncertainty, but responding with clarity and calmness cuts through the noise. Imagine a scenario where she's overwhelmed, maybe her work is piling up, or she's dealing with unexpected problems. Instead of mirroring her stress or offering panic, you maintain your ground and say something steady like, "We'll figure this out." That simple statement, delivered with quiet confidence, conveys more than optimism. It communicates that you are a dependable partner she can count on when life gets difficult. Emotional certainty is rare and deeply attractive because it contrasts sharply with men who falter under pressure or lose their composure. When you embody this calm resilience, you set yourself apart and become a source of strength for her. This doesn't mean shutting down or suppressing feelings instead. It means choosing when and how to engage emotionally in a way that uplifts and steadies the relationship. Ultimately, being emotionally stable isn't just about managing crises. It's about consistently showing up as a man she can trust to handle whatever comes your way together. This unshakable presence fosters deeper connection and admiration, making you magnetic not only in moments of calm, but especially in moments of challenge. Number 7, desire for mystery and value. There's a timeless principle in attraction that scarcity increases perceived value, and women intuitively respond to this dynamic. When a man maintains his own life complete with hobbies, ambitions, and clear personal boundaries, he naturally commands respect and intrigue. Rather than being constantly available or overly eager, a high-value man understands the art of attraction is rooted in presence balanced with deliberate absence. This balance creates a sense of mystery, which is magnetic because it invites curiosity and investment. Chasing or seeking constant approval often backfires, It signals neediness and diminishes a man's perceived value. Instead, the goal is to attract by embodying independence and self-respect. For example, a man who pursues his passions enthusiastically, whether that's a sport, creative endeavor, or personal growth, sends a strong message. I have a life I love, and I'm not dependent on anyone else for my fulfillment. This kind of purpose and self-containment is inherently attractive because it shows confidence and emotional maturity. Keeping some mystery doesn't mean playing games or being distant for no reason. It means choosing what to share and when to share it thoughtfully. Oversharing or laying everything bare too soon can reduce the natural intrigue that makes the connection exciting. The high-value man exercises discretion, revealing layers over time, which keeps her engaged and curious. Ultimately, your independence and sense of purpose don't just attract her, they keep her invested. She senses your self-respect and understands you're not defined by her validation or presence. This dynamic elevates your relationship beyond dependency and creates a foundation where mutual admiration and genuine interest can flourish. By mastering this balance, you become not only appealing but unforgettable. Number 8. Fear of loss and need for confidence. Attraction deepens significantly when a woman senses that you have clear boundaries and the confidence to walk away if those boundaries are crossed. This mindset isn't about arrogance or playing hard to get. It stems from a fundamental place of self-respect. When you know your worth and make it clear that you won't tolerate disrespect, it establishes a powerful dynamic in the relationship. She feels your strength and integrity, which not only commands her respect, but also deepens her emotional investment. Confidence in your standards is crucial here. It means you don't compromise on what's important to you just to keep the peace or gain approval. For example, if she behaves in a way that violates your boundaries, whether that's through dismissiveness, manipulation, or disrespect, it's your role to address it calmly and clearly. Saying something like, "I value respect and I won't settle for less," sends a direct and unwavering message about what you expect. This isn't about being confrontational. It's about standing firm with composure and clarity. Your willingness to prioritize yourself and maintain an unshakable frame creates a magnetic pull. She understands that your respect is earned, not given freely, and that she needs to meet you on your level. Rather than fostering fear or tension, this confident stance cultivates a healthy space where mutual respect thrives. The subtle message is clear. You are a man of principles, and you will not compromise your dignity for the sake of a relationship. In essence, knowing you have the strength to walk away if disrespected enhances your value profoundly. It shows emotional resilience and maturity traits that naturally draw a woman closer, because they guarantee she is investing in someone who truly values himself. This foundation of confidence and self-respect is the bedrock of a strong, lasting attraction. Number 9. Drawn to ambition and purpose. Women are naturally drawn to men who have clear goals and a strong sense of purpose. This attraction goes beyond surface charm or momentary charisma. It's about recognizing a man who is actively engaged in a meaningful mission, whether that's advancing his career, pursuing personal growth, or working toward a long-term vision. A man whose life is centered around his own ambitions, rather than making a woman the sole focus of his existence, exudes a magnetic confidence. This sense of direction and drive communicates stability, passion, and leadership, qualities that women respect deeply. Importantly, ambition isn't something you announce with grandiose boasts or empty promises. It's best demonstrated through consistent actions and deliberate progress. When she sees you dedicated to your craft, pushing boundaries, or continually evolving, she witnesses a living example of purpose in motion. This active pursuit of your goals signals that you have a life that fulfills you independently, which paradoxically makes your presence in her life all the more valuable. Your independence and commitment to your path tell her that you are a man who leads his own journey. You're not a follower seeking validation or approval from her or anyone else. And this unwavering self-direction earns respect naturally. Rather than clinging or compromising yourself just to maintain a connection, you stand firm on your ambitions, inviting her to join a partnership of equals rather than dependency. This dynamic creates a powerful balance where admiration and attraction flourish. In essence, embodying ambition and purpose is one of the most potent ways to draw a woman in and sustain her interest. It portrays a man who is confident not because he needs constant reassurance, but because he knows where he's headed and has the drive to get there. This strength of character makes you irresistible and respected, setting the foundation for a relationship based on mutual growth and shared values. Number 10. Balanced vulnerability. Women deeply appreciate vulnerability, but not vulnerability without boundaries. The key is selective vulnerability, sharing your emotions and personal experiences with intention and control, rather than in a way that appears needy or seeks pity. Opening up about your struggles or growth not only humanizes you, but also builds trust, showing that your strength isn't about hiding challenges, but facing them head-on. This kind of vulnerability is powerful because it reveals your authentic self while maintaining emotional composure. For example, instead of overwhelming her with emotional outbursts or constant admissions of hardship, share meaningful stories that illustrate how you've grown or what you've learned from past challenges. You might say something like, "I've faced some tough times, but those experiences shaped who I am today." This statement conveys honesty and depth without asking for sympathy or validation. It communicates strength because it acknowledges difficulties without being defined or debilitated by them. A Stoic man knows that true strength is not about pretending to be invincible, but about embracing reality with courage and clarity. By practicing balanced vulnerability, you invite her to see your heart and depth while maintaining the confident frame that reassures her. This delicate balance deepens emotional connection, as she recognizes that you are genuine and relatable, yet self-reliant and composed. In essence, vulnerability shared with balance fosters intimacy and trust without compromising your authority or emotional stability. It shows that you are comfortable in your own skin, capable of authenticity, and ready to build a relationship founded on both respect and genuine emotional openness. This makes your presence not only compelling, but profoundly meaningful. There you have it, the 10 female weaknesses every high-value man must know to build stronger, more respectful relationships. Apply this wisdom with Stoic discipline, and you'll navigate attraction with unmatched confidence. If you found this valuable, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell, and join our tribe of men mastering life. Drop a comment with your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video.